Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia, and I am with you with the area of Intro to Accounting. Today, we'll be covering the various MCQs from the concept that we dealt till now, right? So let's move on and talk about those. Any written evidence in support of the business transaction is called. If we talk about any any written evidence that we talk about in terms of the support of for the business transaction is called. Yesterday we had a specific paid class demo in the evening from 8 to 9 p.m. So there I discussed this particular term as well. What was the term? Journal, ledger, ledger posting, or voucher. The evidence which is in the written form which shows that the organization has dealt with those transactions in the written form, and there is a proof or we can verify those transactions is called voucher. One of those transactions in terms of a bank is pay in slip or the withdrawal slips that are there. So this is basically a written proof that the organization is having transactions. Right? That is how we define this particular transaction. Okay, now moving on to the next point, that is voucher is basically a document serving as evidence for some claimed transactions as a receipt or expenditure money. So basically British a ticket car or a card serving as a substitute as a for a gift voucher. Okay, this doesn't make sense, so let's just remove this portion. It is basically what? It is basically a receipt or an expenditure. Whatever the transaction would be, for any transaction we'll note down. So for all those transactions we are not going to make a difference. That is what we talk about it. Then the process of entering all transactions from a journal to a ledger is called. Now that's the next question. Is it called posting or entry or accounting or none of the above? Now this particular transaction or this particular concept is something that is still missing. We were supposed to talk about it in detail. Though I've talked about it at one point of time, but then it wasn't really very significant. So that's why let's try to understand it through a particular guesswork, because yesterday only there were some bankers who wanted to know how do we eliminate that particular scenario, that this is not what I was looking forward to, this must not be the answer. That is something that we can look forward to for other unknown questions. Okay, the process of entering all the transactions means that is something that is related to recording of transactions, right? That is recording of transactions from the journal to the ledger. That means the individual transactions to their tabular form. That is how we define journal and ledger. So will it be called accounting? Accounting is a way broader term. I told you that it is identifying, recording, then classifying, then summarizing, then analyzing, then communicating. That means accounting is a way broader term. This is out of that particular scenario. And entry, you have already entered it in the books of accounts. So shall this be another point? Most probably this shouldn't be there. Posting, that can be the point, because journal, from a journal you are posting it towards the ledger. That still makes sense. So the answer can be either none of the above or posting. So you can look forward towards posting. How do we define the term posting? Posting is when the balances in the sub-ledger and the general journal are shifted to the general ledger. So that is what we call posting. Any transactions, it is first noted in the journal, then moved towards the ledger. Next question. The debts which are to be repaid within a period of year are known as current liabilities, fixed liabilities, contingent liabilities, or all of the above. The debts which are to be repaid within a short period. This is something which we have discussed already. So tell me about it. The debts which are repaid within a short period, that means for an year or less. That means debts are repaid, it's a liability, and that too a certain one. There's nothing called fixed liabilities. We had discussed non-current liabilities. Any liability which is paid within an year is called current. Any liability which takes more than a year It's called non-current. Right? So the debts which are to be repaid within a short period, they are called current liabilities. The liabilities which are paid within that particular year. That is called a current liability. Next question. The balance sheet is a statement of assets, its liabilities, capital, or all of the above. See, when we talk about a balance sheet, it shows the net worth of the organization. It shows the financial position of the organization. It shows the financial position of the organization. So how do we deal with it? The balance sheet is a statement which has no debit side, no credit side. It has one side which is called the asset side, the other side which is called the liability side. Under the liability side, we have the capital and the outside liabilities. Right? This is how we define this entire part. The balance sheet is a statement of assets, liabilities, capital, or all of the above. It's a statement which includes all of the above. But balance sheet does not include expenses and incomes. That's the rule. Expenses and incomes are not a part of it. That is all of the above. Now, the following is or are the current liabilities. Now, look forward to the various current liabilities, everyone. When we talk about the current liabilities are those liabilities which are to be paid within a period or time span of 1 year. Bills payable are basically negotiable instruments. They are negotiable instruments for which are to be paid. This is an order to the person. It is an order to pay a certain amount to a certain person within a time span of uh, 3 months, approximately 3 to 4 months. Bills payable aren't really for a longer period of time. This is again a burden on your head because you are supposed to pay this particular amount to a certain person. So it's basically a current liability. Then we have outstanding expenses, the expenses which we are supposed to pay to someone is outstanding expenses. Again, if I'm supposed to pay salary, I cannot delay the salary paying for a month or rather for a year at all, because you cannot, if you will not pay the particular person for a year, he will not continue working for you, right? So basically outstanding expenses cannot exceed rather 1 month or two. After that, the people would start asking, is the organization making enough money that it can afford us to work for them? Right? So that is how they define the term outstanding expenses. Then bank overdraft. In terms of the bank overdrafts that we'll be having, so those bank overdrafts are supposed to be paid within a period of 1 year, right? This is for the daily business of the organization. This helps the business to manage their working capital. And then the last one is all of the above. All of these transactions qualify for being less than a year. So they are a part of the current liability or current liability. So the current type, the answer is all of the above. Okay, the next point, everyone. Dash is the first phase of accounting cycle. It's the first phase. We have talked about it. First is identifying an economic event or a transaction, preparing the journal, posting of ledger, and making decisions about the business. See, the first is always trying to find whether the particular transaction that has incurred. Number one is identifying a transaction. It is always having a transaction. Then you try to find out, does it relate to the business or not? If it relates to the business, then you look forward to putting it in your journal. Then you put it in the tabular form, that is ledger. Then you put it together and form your trial balance, which is a summary of the same. And then you decide to find the profit and loss account, and then you prepare the balance sheet. So this entire cycle is called accounting cycle, and this is how we look forward towards the organization's growth. Okay, now moving on to the next point, identifying an economic event or transaction. An asset possess which of the following? What is that particular thing which an asset possesses? Number one, future economic benefits for the business, all kinds of benefits for the business, expenses for the business, or merits and demerits for the business. An asset is something which helps the business to earn in future. For example, if I have furniture, I'll not sell this furniture. I will keep my things on it. Through that particular scenario, I'll be able to work, right? If I'm a freelancer and I have a laptop, that laptop is helping me a lot in terms of earning my money. It's not something that I'll be selling this particular laptop and getting money out of it. No, I will use this particular laptop to earn money. I'll use my phone to earn money. I'll use my car to earn money. That means it's basically a future economic benefit which can be reaped out of that business. That is what we can look forward to. That is, an asset possesses which of the following? It is basically future economic benefit that can be reaped out of that particular asset in order to generate revenue. We're not having revenue currently with that, but we can generate revenue in future with that. That is future economic benefits for the business. That's why we invest in these assets now. Okay, now the next point, the another terminology that is called what is equity. I discussed this particular term in the evening yesterday. So if you have reviewed that class, then kindly go ahead and answer. And if you haven't reviewed, then kindly attend the class. You'll find all the details in our channel only. It has been held at 8 p.m. yesterday, right? I had been discussing the various terminologies that will help you a lot to understand what exactly happens in every organization and how do they look forward to the basic terms of accounting. Okay, now the term comes at what is equity. Equity is basically cash from the business, liability of the business, owner's claim on total assets or owner's claim on total liabilities. Equity is the amount that I would invest as a person in the organization. So when we talk about the term equity, equity is nothing but an amount which has been invested by a specific person in the business. So when we talk about this era, it would be based upon the fact that equity is something that is owner's money. The person who invests in the business, they're called the owner. It's the owner's money. Cash from the business, then liability of a business, owner's claim on total assets, or then we have owner's claim on total liabilities. So that would be basically owner's claim on the total assets. Because if I put money into a business, then I have every right over all the things that have been built in the business. For example, if the business bought a building, then the building belongs to the owner as well. Once the business dies, it will come back to the owner, that is the person who has actually invested the money. Now, that is what we can look for. That is the owner's claim on the total assets. He has taken liabilities. He has invested his money because he wanted to build up assets. So once he has built up those assets, that is his claim on the total assets, right? Then next point, dash is the withdrawal of cash and goods by the owner of the business for his or her personal use. Depreciation, drawings, outflow of cash or appreciation. Dash is the withdrawal of cash. If we withdraw a good amount of cash and goods from the business for his or her personal purpose, if I take out money from the business for my particular personal purpose, what happened was I invested money into the business. I called it capital. I invested 10 lakh in the business and then I need money for my personal purpose. So I thought that I would like to do something with it. So it was required for my business. So what will you call it? Will you call it depreciation, or will you call it the drawings or outflow of cash or appreciation? What will be the term? Okay, so in this case, what will be the answer, everyone? If we talk about the withdrawal of cash and goods by the owner of the business for his personal use. See, depreciation is when I use goods and when I use assets for the business over the period of time, it would lose its value. Why? Because if I'm using my phone, I've been using it for years now. So since I'm using it for years now, its value has declined a lot. Drawings is the withdrawal of money for my personal use. Then is outflow of cash if the cash flows out of the business. And then is appreciation. Appreciation is if the valuation of something goes high, it goes up. That is called appreciation. But if I'm withdrawing money from the business for my personal use, it's called drawings, right? That is called drawings. Now, double entry implies that recording entries in the journal, recording entries in the ledger, recording two aspects of every transaction or recording every transaction in the books. We already record every transaction in the books, which is a part of the business. So that means this part is already correct, but is it really the one that we're looking forward to? Double entry. Double entry is basically journal and ledger are a part of it. So technically these two are also out. So the point is recording double is debit and the credit side. Everything has to be recorded on the basis of there's one side called debit, there is one side called credit, and then you compare these two. That is what we define as double entry bookkeeping or double entry system of accounting. Recording two aspects of every transaction. If I receive money from you, I also pay money to you as well, right? So that means if I buy goods from you, then I pay you. If you buy goods from me, I am selling it, I am losing goods and I'm getting money. So when we have these kind of balancing acts, that is what we define as recording two aspects of every transaction. Okay, so we were done with this portion in the last class. So this is where I'll end my session for today, right? So we'll be discussing the various aspects of accounting in our paid classes where I'm dealing with the terminologies. You can review the demo classes which are available for you on our YouTube, as well as you can review our website for the further details of the JIB batches that we have come up, and the CIB batches have already started as well. So if you're looking forward towards your JIB CIB preparation, then you can take up any of the following schemes that we have provided for you. That means there are various batches which have been opened up. Okay, let me show you which particular batch is basically meant for the bankers there. So when we talk about Adda 24/7, that is our website www.adda247. Kindly go on to this area. There you'll find, or at the very beginning only, you'll find Explore by Exams. Under this, there is a particular area called JIB and CIB. So you can take up the JIB CIB Mahapack, and you can also focus upon the JIB 2023. So in the JIB 2023, these are the two major batches which have started. That is, one is JIB bilingual and the one is JIB new target batch. Both the batches have started from 19th. So if you're looking forward to these batches, the details of the batches are available here only. Right, you can find all the details of our batches here in this area. All you need to do is the bilingual batch is here and the JIB English batch is here. So both the batches are on live for you. The details of the batches are given here. It started on 19th. The timing is from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. depending upon, it's basically 6 days a month and then 6 days a week, where you'll find RBWM, AFM, IE and IFS as well as PPB. The timings for each and every class is specified: 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and when we have two batches from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Right? So these are the basic various batches which have been started, and if you're looking forward to this batch, you can click on to the area of buy now. And if you click on the area of buy now, currently 77% discount is going on, and if you're doing it from the app, then you can get up to 78% of discount. You can buy it for 4599.77. So you can look forward to this particular batch. Along with this, there's one more batch for the JIB aspirants. Okay, that is JIB CIB Mahapak. Under JIB CIB Mahapak, there is specific JIB Ka Mahapak as well. Under this batch, you can take up 600 hours of online classes, 258 test series, and 525 recorded videos, and up to 245 ebooks, and many more. Why do we call it the Mahapak? Under the Mahapak, you get various details. All the papers are available, but along with these papers, there is something else. The live classes are available for you, the mock tests are available for you, video courses, revision batches, recorded, the batches which have been done in particular the period of time, they are all available for you. You can watch it anytime, you can watch it anywhere. Both bilingual and the English medium batch is open up for you. All the ebooks are available for you. Then numerical batches are opened up for you. As soon as the numerical batches start, you can have an access of it. There's no need to buy it separately. Case study batches, again, that would be opened up for you. You don't have to buy it separately. Topic wise ebooks would be available for you, and in-depth analysis of the subjects is available for you. So one JIB Ka Mahapak, and you don't have to spend another penny after this, because this would give you the complete information regarding the JIB examination. That is something which can help you a lot in terms of your studies. All the faculty that have cleared these examinations, or all the faculty which have given these examinations, plus the experience of various other faculties that you can find on our portal, that is all available for you. So you can look forward to this. It starts with Praveen sir, then the next person is Priyanshu ma'am is there, then I am there, then Amanjot ma'am is there, and Vishal sir is there. So all the people who are teaching in this area, you can review their classes as well. That is given. All you need to do is you need to click on the area of buy now, and you can use the code Y541, and you can apply it, and you'll get 77% of discount at 7543.08. This product has got validity of 8 months. So if for 8 months you have got every single detail that is happening with the JIB examination, everything that we are launching for the JIB examination would be available for you. If you're looking forward to it, then kindly go ahead and hurry up and keep on preparing, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll